And we heard Jerry Jones speak after the game yesterday. He was sick. He kept saying,
Yeah, sick.
how concerned are you if you're a general manager when your franchise quarterback gets outplayed by Mr. Irrelevant?
Well, I don't know if he got outplayed. Purdy just didn't turn the ball over,
Right.
and Dak Prescott did, and that was a difference in the game, basically. And I thought Kyle Shanahan did a phenomenal job of knowing the defense and what Dan Quinn did with that defense, because I thought Dallas's defense played well enough to win. Is what they did is they took the air out of the ball. They started running the ball. They tried to wear down Dallas's defense. They try to control the clock. When you watch the fourth quarter, I'm sitting there watching them snap the ball, and it's under 10 seconds every time, which was great. And you know what? When I was watching that, it reminded me of what San Fran did last year when they went into Dallas to beat the Dallas Cowboys, almost the same formula. But right now, you're so raw in emotions after that loss yesterday, and I've been through when we lost a couple of NFC Championship games, that you want to kind of take a step back. You get through your press conferences, you get through all your exit interviews with the players, but you have to really take a couple of days, because you don't want to judge personnel and what you're going to do from a roster standpoint to improve your football club coming up into the free agency and the draft in pure raw emotions. You want to make sure you go ahead and collect yourself, let the air out, regroup, and then come back, meet with your coaches, meet with your scouts, and then start talking about the players on your roster, guys we want to keep, guys that we think we can or can't win with. And then if we can't win with those guys, or we have to make a cap casualty out of a player just to get underneath the cap or to save some cap room before we get into free agency, what's that going to look like, and who are we going to replace them with? So those are a lot of things that you start to look at, and but that takes time between now and the combine is when you're really starting to formulate your off-season plan.
So it's about 3, maybe 4 weeks. And I'm glad you mentioned, okay, what's plan B if you want to get rid of a player? Because as you mentioned, the emotions are raw. Cowboys fans were very frustrated with Dak Prescott. And the conversation, first of all, let me tell you.
They loved him last week.
They loved him last week.
Down in Tampa.
And he's thrown a lot of turnovers in the last 8 games, except for last week, and there are concerns there. But his dead cap hit is $89 million. That's the starting point of this conversation.
So he's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
To him, and you're stuck with him till death do us part.
Yeah, so they have at least one more year with him, and then you can eat $40 million of cap hit next year if you want to. But I mean, right, that the smile on your face says it all. You have, this isn't Russ Wilson type marriage, but you got him for 2 more years to sort this out. So I think your point is, you're not going to draft a quarterback. You're not going to get Lamar Jackson in a trade. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Let's say, just so you know, and the fans know out there, you just can't trade player for player because of
it'll be draft picks too.
Yeah, but still, if you trade, that dead cap that you just talked about accelerates into the team that is trading that player away. So you don't trade that cap space to someone else.
Oh, they have to pay it up front.
They have to, all of that proration. Okay, you gave the guy the whatever guarantees, or let's just say a signing bonus. So let's say you gave a guy a $4 million signing bonus on a 4-year deal. And after year 1, okay, you want to trade that player. So you gave him $4 million to sign the contract. Okay, and then I'm not counting this paragraph 5. And then you're able to spread that out through the cap by prorating it through that 4 years. So it's only $1 million of that signing bonus that counts first year, $2 million of the second year, $3 million of the third year, and then in the fourth year, you're in the clear.
Right.
But if you trade him after year 2, that guaranteed money on the back end of that contract all accelerates. So you have to actually eat that money in order to trade him. So that's why you don't see a lot of these big time, I guess, players getting traded. And like, for example, if you want to go down the A.J. Brown route, well, he was coming up out of contract. So there was no dead money that really Tennessee had to work, or any significant dead money, if there was any at all, that Tennessee had to worry about. So you have to understand the structures of your contract, but you also have to understand in the NFL, a lot of teams, in order to stay under the cap, have to prorate that money out according to the cap accounting. But if you trade that player after year 1 and you gave him a significant signing bonus, all that accelerates and eats into your dead cap.
No, that's a good point and a good clarification. And off the top of my head, without looking, I think Russ Wilson may have been closer to the end of his deal and made that a little easier for the acceleration.
All of them were. Look at,
Okay.
yeah, that's why Russ Wilson got a new deal in Denver. They were not able to come up with an agreement out in Seattle.
Gotcha. Okay.